So with that done, we're going to take a look at our final operation, which is the morph operation. Now I've left this to last because along with surface spraying, it's a little bit fussier to set up, but it's not the end of the world to do so. So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to nominate the area that we wish to set up the operation for. So in the job assignments, we set our first curve here, and we set our second curve here, along with our machining surface. So now that we've got that, we're going to take a look at the strategy, and in this instance I'm going to go with along because why not? Tool containment will stick with contact because otherwise we start getting it looping outside, and we want to try and minimize fuss to start with. We can always tweak and edit these things afterwards. I'm going to set the tool axis orientation to normal to surfaces. I'm not going to define a rotary axis for now, and we are going to take just a moment to check the links and leads setup as well, because by default it will always revert to a plane, which is of no use to us. So what we want in this instance is we want to use a sphere. Now, at the moment, 10 millimeters from the part means from the full extent of the part, and it understands this bit as being the 0 point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to from the origin, and we are just going to very quickly, holding down control and scrolling the mouse wheel, we are going to just bump that up to 190. It's a bit excessive for what we need, but it should get us most of the way there. After that, turn on check workpiece just to be safe, and entry and exit links on the safe surface. Long links, we might as well set that to an offset surface of, no, that's absolutely fine. And now we're going to generate a toolpath and see what it results in. So as we can see here, we've got a very, very tight step over along with a wildly over-torqued wrist. So let's take a look at the setup, and flip wrist has turned off and E1 has turned off. So we'll go back into strategy as well, and we're going to set the step to 250% because 25 millimeters is perfectly fine for 3D scanning. And we'll regenerate the toolpath now. So we've got a rather wonky looking path there. It's not really ideal. So under setup, we're going to go to the axis map, and we are going to build our map. Now, while this looks like we have got something to start with on either side of this, I am going to point out here, when we turn on collisions and check parts, one side gets blocked out completely. And this is a fairly common thing that will happen in this instance. So we're going to have to start from here and just ignore this singularity that's going on here for the moment. It's not the end of the world. As we cycle through the lean, lead and other angles, we will be able to get past it accordingly. As we can see, that singularity was being generated upon the 0 point here. So again, we're just going to quickly scrub through these, building graphs as we go. And we should find that because it's a fairly smooth path right now, we're not going to run into any major problems. And more to the point, we're not deflecting drastically off the 0 line, which means that we are going to get a fairly rational path from the start. So with that, I am going to suggest that we simulate this now. And we're just going to scroll the speed back. We are going to zoom out a little bit. And we're going to press run. And we can see that everything's pretty sane so far. We've got nice rotation around E1. We've also got nice angular deflection over the curve of the sphere as well, with nothing particularly wild going on between any of the axes. Yeah, as I say, there's a little bit of a speedy rotation there on the last ones, but nothing to worry about certainly. But that should give us a really, really nice set of passes over the top surface of the helmet, which should capture all the possible details. So I hope this has been informative, and obviously if there are any other sort of slightly abstract processes that aren't covered, please do feel free to reach out and let me know. I'm always on the lookout for new and interesting material. Take care.